Hi YouTube, I'm back with a Burning Abyss profile for post crossover souls. So it's been a really long time since I've done a video, but really for the last few months I haven't been playing anything but Cleafort until the ban list, and so I thought now would be a good time to get in a different deck and figure out what I was going to do for this format post cross souls. So yeah, playing BA. I don't really like the new BA cards themselves, but there's one new card in particular that I'm going to talk about that really helps this deck a lot. So yeah, without further ado, here's the list. I mean, there's like most of the monsters are pretty standard, but some of the spells and traps are a bit different. So let's get into it. So of course, 3 Graphs, 3 Sirs, 3 Skarms. That's all pretty standard. I'm only running 2 Rubiks, three really clogs. 1 isn't enough. 2 is the perfect number. So yeah, double Farfa. Double Farfa's perfect. I mean, you need it to out the Genlock. It's mainly the reason why it's in the deck. Yeah, Farfa's good. Double Libic, since I'm playing Mathematician with the loss of Tour Guide. Libic helps open up first turn Dante plays with Mathematician, so yeah, Libic's pretty good. 1 Cagna, I play Good and Evil, so the 1 Cagna helps with that. It is a 1500, which is the second biggest BA, so that's pretty good. Aside from the new one is like I think a 17, but I mean the effect doesn't do anything. So yeah, 1 Cagna, and the last one is 1 Cowcab. Cowcab is pretty solid. I'm playing this mainly just because of the new card that I added in, which I'll get to later. But it also is pretty good just to randomly hit to bounce a back row back, especially since I'm not maining MST in this list. It kind of acts as an MST, sort of. So, yeah, Cowcab's pretty good. And then for the non-BAs, standard Tour Guide, obvious. Double Mathematician. Didn't play 3 because, while you do want to open this card, you never ever want to see it after turn 2. So, yeah, it's just, like, math's really good first turn, but, like, after that, it's just kind of subpar. So, like, double seems to work. And then, in place of the 3rd Math, I'm playing a Crane because this card's really good late game. And what people don't realize about this is it's a 1-card Virgil if you have Rubik in the grave, which is something Tour Guide is not. So it's almost even better than Tour Guide in some situations. So yeah, the only thing I don't like about it is it isn't searchable, but other than that, it's really good. So Crane. And the last monster is BLS because BLS is just you summon it, you basically win the game. So BLS. Spells, not many. 2 Mass Change 2. Summon Darklaw. Darklaw is really good, so Mass Change 2. 1 Good and Evil. It is a dead draw, but it just gives you a lot more plays when you have back row set. Because I do play a fair number of traps in this list, so having the Good and Evil to be able to banish and ditch like a Graph or a Seer, and even like search Fire Lake or search another BA monster is really strong and versatile. So Good and Evil. 1 Dark Corruption. I'm playing this mainly to add Tour Guide back because you only have the 1, and Tour Guide is really important. But it also can add back most of your BAs. The only one it can't is Seer, so, I mean, like, Dark Corruption's pretty good. And last 2 spells, Regeki and Foolish Burial. Pretty standard for BA. Onto the traps. I'm playing 2 Lake. Lake is pretty bad against dolls, but against everything else it's pretty solid. So 2 is good. 3 is kind of overkill. You don't really want to you don't want to draw multiples of these, and plus you can search it with Good and Evil and add it back with Dante. So it's like 2's good. 2 Phoenix Wing Blast. Phoenix Wing is really good. I probably wouldn't play 3 because you don't really want to have multiples of these, but Phoenix Wing is really good. You discard something, get rid of a card. It's really versatile. That's what I like about this over Regeki Break and Karma Cut. I still like Karma Cut a lot. Karma Cut and Wing Blast. I would those are both pretty good in my opinion, but Wing Blast is like, I feel like it's a bit better, so Wing Blast is 2 of them. Right now I'm only playing 1 Karma Cut. I will bump this to 2 once I get another one, but I only have 1 for the moment, so in place I'm just playing a Regeki Break. I mean, Karma Cut is better, I think, but this is a little bit more versatile in some situations, so, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I don't like having too many discard traps because you don't want to like waste your BAs for discard traps. I mean, you want to conserve them as long as possible because your deck is meant to grind out your opponent's deck. So, I mean, yeah, the discard traps are still really strong though. So I will change this Regeki Break for another Karma Cut when I get another one. But for now, it's what it is. It's fine. Now this is the new card I've been talking about. It's called Fiend Griefing. For those of you who don't know what it does, it is an absolutely amazing card. And it reads, target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then you can send 1 Fiend-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. So, basically, this opens up a lot of plays. I mean, it triggers any one of your BAs. You can send it for free. Plus, if your opponent's making a play with monsters in their graveyard, you can use this and shuffle it back to the deck. So, like against Necros, say, if they activate a Necros mirror and they have a Shrit in their graveyard, and you know that they're going to banish that Shrit to summon their Trishul or whatever, you can go ahead and shuffle that Shrit back into their deck, therefore making them unable to summon Trishula, and you get another +1. You get a plus because you send the BA to the graveyard and you get another card out of that BA effect. So, Fiend Griefing is really, really, really good. Definitely something people aren't going to expect, but yeah, this card is really good in BA, especially since you can basically use it anytime, so it doesn't really ever lock up your back row, and it's like another Foolish Burial. So yeah, especially since you can use it on your opponent's turn. Like you can send Calcab during the end phase and then bounce their back row with it. So I do that a lot actually. That's one of my favorite plays because I don't have MST. So yeah, 2 Fiend Griefing. Double Breakthrough, you do mill with the Dantes, and like Breakthrough is really strong because you need to stop Winda and you need to stop Unicorn. Those are both really, really problematic for the deck, so these really help get around those. And also just the other effects like all the Satellar Knights and the Manjus and Trishula and everything in the game. Like Breakthrough is just really strong. And then for the last 2 traps, 2 1-ofs, Crush. Crush is insane in this deck. Tribute to Skarm or Graph, and you go plus, and they lose all their big monsters, so Crush. And then Emptiness is Emptiness, just wins you the game against most matchups. So there you go. That was the main deck, 40 cards. On to the extra deck. I am missing a card. I'm missing a Leviathan Dragon. I'm proxying it at the moment, but I'll get one fairly soon. I mean, it's a Leviathan Dragon, not too hard to get. So extra deck, standard 3 Dante, main card. Always gonna go for Dante. You'd play like 5 of them if you could, but can't. Double Downard. I cut it from 3 to 2 to make space. So yeah, you didn't really need the third one. I mean, you do kind of want 3 against Necros because you don't want your Dantes getting bounced at Brio. But other than that, like you never really make Downard that often, so two's fine. Then for the generic rank 3s, you got Alucard, Giga Brilliant, Wind-Ups and Mains, Acid Golem, Nightmare Shark, and a Leviathan Dragon that I'm missing. The only reason you play this is to get rid of Dark Law. As strange as that sounds, I mean, it does come up like fairly often. Because you will lose to a Dark Law if you don't play this, and because most of the time you don't want to just make an Acid Golem because you might lose to your own Acid Golem, so Leviathan is in there for that reason. Then the last Exceed is F-Zero Utopic Future. Basically, this is an out to a lot of the problematic stuff you can't really deal with, like Yazi, Leo, etc. I mean, it's not exactly an out considering they get the monster back on their turn, but like it does allow you to clear it for a battle phase so you can attack. And it's pretty easy to make. You just make it with 2 Dantes or any 2 rank 3s. So I mean, yeah, and it's really, really hard to get off the board too unless they Castell it. That's basically the only way. And then of course you got the double Virgil. Virgil's pretty standard. You got to play double Virgil, and then the Dark Law for the mass changes. I don't feel like 2 is necessary. I mean, you're gonna mill one of the mass changes more often than not, so it's very, very unlikely you'll make the second Dark Law. So just the 1. And that's my BA list for now. I mean, I've got kind of a side deck here, but it's not really much right now. I mean, like I'd probably play like triple Mind Crush, double Dark Hole, triple Maxi, like triple MST, and like multiple diffusions or something. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, the side deck's pretty standard. Like, not too much to say, but I mean, I guess that's my BA deck. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed and like can leave some suggestions in the comment section below to tell me what I could change or improve on with this list. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and peace out, YouTube.